All right, sobriety sisters, this is for you. If you are sick of being overweight and tired of it and you want to lose weight, but you're not ready to hire a coach and you don't have the app, my custom apps, which are stellar, you're not there yet, but you can still start. And so I'm going to give you some pointers on eating good and start your journey to shed the fat without a coach, no apps, with just some new habits. So based on what I've learned in the last few years, and of course having an app is a lot better. Of course having a coach is the best. So hire me if you want some help. However, if you're not there yet, then this is what you do. And you're not going to like some of it, but you got to be sick of it. And that's the first thing, really. Number one, you got to be sick of where you're at and just tired of it and just ready to do whatever it takes to really, really get serious and follow the steps to lose the weight. And not just lose the weight, however, but make a lifestyle change. This is a lifestyle change, creating new habits for life. And it's drastic at first. And of course, you can bring back some of the foods you love later, and you can still eat a lot of the food you love now. However, at first it's drastic, but it had to be drastic for me because I was 40 pounds overweight and I just hated the way I looked. And of course, some people said, "Oh, you still look good. You're not fat." Well, it doesn't matter what other people think. What matters is what you think. You honestly know. And I am not a fan of this new revolution to accept fatness and accept that you're overweight and just lie to yourself and tell yourself that it's beautiful, because it's not. If you don't like it, you honestly don't like it, then it's time to do something about it. You can do something about it. So why not create new habits to change it and feel amazing? Uh-oh. Somebody's here. Maybe not. Okay. So the first thing I had to do was throw away the garbage. Really go through your kitchen. Really make a commitment. You got to throw away the snacks. No snacks. No ice cream, cookies, candy, all the junk food. Candy bars, I already said that. Chocolate, potato chips, I already said that. Sorry if I repeated it. Throw away all the junk. And I was vegan, so it was more difficult. You don't have to be vegan. Matter of fact, it's easier if you're not. So honestly, if I was not vegan and I was starting from scratch, I honestly would just get chicken breasts and tuna and just chicken breasts and tuna and maybe tilapia, and those would be my 3 proteins. And I would buy white jasmine rice, and Dutch potatoes. Those are those little tiny ones, that you can have like 2 or 3 with your meals. They're easy to measure. Measure everything is really important. So, but if I had to do over, and I wasn't vegan, I would use those as my proteins. And as a vegan, I use seitan. It's a meat called seitan, Seitan. And I have a homemade recipe for it, and I love it. But something happened, and after a couple years, my stomach started to get messed up. So, and when I stopped using it, it got better. So I don't know if I'm going to incorporate it back in or not, because I'm better now. I don't know. I'm learning about my gut now, my gut health, and I might have an allergy to gluten or something. I don't know. But anyway, that's off topic. If you're vegan, you can try seitan. I love seitan, and I have a homemade recipe for it. You can get it off the internet too, several. So those are like meat proteins that are really good. And breakfast. So my favorite breakfast at the start of my journey was oatmeal and protein and almond milk. I used a 1/4 cup of oatmeal, and a scoop of protein powder and almond milk. Or you can use hot water. That is a great, great breakfast. My recent favorite breakfast is a 1.5 cups of egg whites with hot sauce or ketchup. Stellar. And if I'm really hungry, I'll have half a banana with it, or a 1/3 cup of rice with it. Small carbs. But a lot of times I just have the egg whites, and that's it. Carbs are for energy, proteins to build muscle. You don't have to have carbs, just for energy. If your energy's low, then put a little bit of carbs. So, your snacks. So, my snacks are only protein bars and a banana. That's it. Maybe blueberries as a fruit for something different here and there. Blueberries or bananas, the only fruit that I eat because they work with the numbers. If you don't have the custom app, you can't work with the numbers. But so you'll just have to take my word for it. Blueberry, bananas, and that's the only fruit. Maybe an apple here and there too. Apple a day keeps the doctor away, they say. But fruit is, contrary to popular belief, fruit is bad. It is sugar, which turns to fat. So you want to limit your fruits to only 1 or 2 if you really, really got to have it. 1 or 2 a day. Servings of fruit is your goal. And yes, some days I go over that. However, if you're going to go over with blueberries or bananas. 1 or 2 servings of fruit per day is your goal. 35 grams of fat per day, and that's it. Don't go over. 35 grams of fat your whole day. So everything needs to be low fat. Your protein bars. They sell a lot of bars that are 9 grams fat, 10 grams fat. I didn't mean to say fat, but I meant protein. 9 grams of protein, 10 grams of protein, especially the breakfast ones. Those are not good. You need a protein bar with at least 20 grams of protein and single-digit fat, which means 9 grams or less. 6 or 7, 5 grams is even better. And your protein and your carbs need to be pretty equal for it to be a really good, balanced protein bar. So if it's 20 grams of protein, then the carbs need to be somewhere between 19 and 23. 16 is okay, but a balanced protein bar, really good one with good numbers, is 20 grams of protein. The carbs is similar. Pure protein bars are good. No cows are good. Those are kind of my favorite ones off the top of my head. And so just watch your numbers. You gotta know your numbers. You gotta read labels. I'm still learning, and I've gotten really good at it, but I'm still learning. We're always going to be learning. So that's your protein bar. And carry protein bars everywhere you go, especially if you're going somewhere where they're going to have junk food. I carry protein bar every day to my tribe meeting at the club because they always have donuts, candy, snacks. People bring food all the time. So I always have protein bars, or I'll bring my banana or bone broth. Bone broth. Let's talk about bone broth. Bone broth is my recent superhero. Yeah. Now, not just any bone broth, but a bone broth that has 10 grams of protein, or 9. Walmart has this one of them that has 9 grams of protein. So 2 cups would be 18 grams of protein. That's pretty good. That's pretty good for a female. So I have bone broth whenever I am extra hungry and I'm trying not to eat. You just have 2 cups of bone broth. Heat it up in the microwave. Delish. And it curbs your appetite and makes you feel great. Shred. It's pure protein. It's awesome. Bone broth. Really good. Let's see. So your vegetables. Your best vegetables to go with your meats, your meals, is broccoli or green beans. I've found broccoli or green beans. Spinach is great too, but I had a hard time making myself eat spinach. It's not my favorite. but broccoli or green beans is the best vegetable. And like I said, jasmine rice, those Dutch potatoes or those little red potatoes, only have like 2 or 3, definitely not 4 if you're a female like me. 3 max of those little potatoes. You could have your chicken breast, your 3 potatoes, and some broccoli or green beans. That's a stellar meal. And if you get a meal like that you like, eat it over and over and over every day. You don't need a lot of variety. Matter of fact, the less variety is better. The simpler, the better. So if you find a breakfast that you like when I first started, it was oatmeal protein powder every morning. Oatmeal protein powder and milk. Oatmeal protein powder and milk. And then I would have a shake when I got home from the gym. And then my snack was a protein bar and banana. My lunch right now is egg whites and a banana if I'm super hungry. And then you have another snack later on, and then it could be an apple, or it could be a cup of blueberries, and a protein bar. I have 2 protein bars a day, minimum. And I feel like you're only supposed to have 1, but I have 2 most often, and sometimes I'll even have 3 or 4. Oh my gosh, when I'm extra hungry. But it's better than eating a candy bar or cake or chips or junk food. So if you're going to go over on your food, go over on the good food. Do not drive through fast food. Fast food is the worst. No fast food. No drive-thrus, except Starbucks. No, even Starbucks can be super, super sugary and yuck, bad for you. So no drive-thrus, really, but I do Starbucks. So the cortado is my favorite, my current favorite. The cortado, it's brown sugar cortado, it's called. It's very small, and it has 3 shots of blonde ristretto espresso, it's called. It's extra strong, super good. Brown sugar cortado. And my other favorite to get, if you're watching your numbers, is you can get a sugar-free vanilla latte from Starbucks with almond milk, or any milk of your choice, really. You can get non-fat milk, you can get oat milk. I like it with oat milk. Sugar-free vanilla latte, extra hot. And I always get a grande, when you just want to sip on something that's not super fattening. It's hot, get some caffeine, good stuff. I love Starbucks. So those are some of my favorites. Those are foods that work. If you want to lose weight and feel great, you got to put good things into your body. So find substitutes for the things that you love. I remember early on, I loved red licorice, so I found that if I could limit myself, I have a hard time limiting myself nowadays, so I don't even buy it. But if you're the type that can limit yourself and only take 3 pieces of licorice and then have a protein drink with it, you could do it. But the thing is to measure. Don't be like me and keep going back to the bucket of licorice. I don't even buy the bucket anymore. I don't even buy licorice because it is just too difficult for me to stop. So I don't buy things that I have trouble stopping. So potato chips, can't buy them. I will eat the whole darn bag. If you have a hard time stopping something, don't even buy it. Don't buy it. So I love chocolate, so substitute a chocolate protein bar. Find a substitute. I love popcorn, so I found a low-fat popcorn that works when I watch a movie or something. When you watch a movie, eat your good foods. Don't eat the bad ones.